Thank you all so much for joining us today. We will be discussing the new partnership between JobTread and Acorn Finance. JobTread founder and CEO Eric Fortenberry is joined by Adrian Osterreich. Trying to get that last name down. He is the vice president of the contractor channel for Acorn Finance. And so they're going to share the benefits of the partnership as well as any best practices that they have for how contractors can introduce homeowner financing with their clients. So again, please use that Q&A tool or the chat below if you have any questions. And Eric and Adrian, go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Appreciate that, Anna. And appreciate everyone coming out to join us today for this webinar. Really excited to be here with Adrian and really the entire Acorn financing team. They've been an awesome partner to work with, so we're really excited to showcase everything that we've been able to build together to provide this additional functionality to y'all. So if anyone on here is not a current JobTread customer, essentially JobTread is an all-in-one construction project management software to help you get organized, increase your profits, build a better business. It's got a bunch of, kind of solutions that we're providing, from sales and estimating to, helping you manage your jobs, the project management, scheduling aspects, as well as all the finance, the cash flow, some additional reporting, business intelligence to really help you continually improve your business and make sure that you're making the money that you deserve to be making. There's a lot of features, not really going to go into those today, but again, we're going to focus today on the estimating and invoicing features that now have the embedded financing provided by Acorn. So I'm going to turn it over here to Adrian, let him give you a quick overview of Acorn and more what they can do, and then I'll hop in and actually show you a demo of it.
Thank you so much, Eric and Anna, the whole JobTread team. We're so excited to work with a company like yourselves. Obviously, the synergy is fantastic, and I'm just here today, but there's a whole team that has been working together to put this integration together, and they really deserve all the credit. A little bit about me and my background, right? I'm a former contractor. I worked in real estate development and general contracting for 10 years, owned several businesses in that space, and then proceeded into the financing space and I've either built, project managed, or consulted on millions and millions of dollars of projects, and then financed even more. So this is what, I've kind of come from that arena, and now am here and, really, really fortunate to be in the position I am today. I still get to work with contractors on a day in and day out basis. And that's what I love to do. Love to create tools that help the contractor, do what they do best. And that's improve people's homes and everything else. So really excited to be here. Thank you guys for allowing this to happen, and welcome to everybody that's on the webinar. It's really great to see everybody here. A little bit about what we're doing, right? We are a financial technology platform, right? We're built on technology. However, like JobTread, I think we have the DNA of wanting to really engage with the contractors and give you a tool that you guys could be excited about using. Okay, so obviously, by embedding our software directly into JobTread's platform, you're able to offer financing at the estimating phase and the invoicing phase, which is exactly where it needs to be in order to be effective, right? The other thing is that it's 100% free, right? As far as there is no transactional cost to the contractor, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but you don't need to pay anything to sign up. There are no subscription fees or annual fees or anything like that, and there's no dealer fees. There's no fees for offering a loan to your homeowner, right? Unsecured loans up to 100K, secured loans up to 500K. No risk to your homeowners, right? They can go and test the waters, get a feel for our marketplace, right? We're not one lender, we're a marketplace of lenders, with no risk to their credit score. It's a soft pull. They could see what they want. They could either validate what they're already thinking of, or they have all these additional options, which is generally the case. So obviously, on top of that, you're going to get notified, and we'll get into that a little bit more later on in the presentation, how that's going to work. Also, incredibly fast funding. 24 hours to about 3 days is our typical range. So your customer is going to have the cash in hand in order to give you the down payment and set up the milestones so that you guys could get your work done. So we'll get into it. Now, why have we done this? I'm going to tell you guys a little story. You may relate to some of it. Look for some similarities. Look for be open-minded and see what you guys can relate to. You go and you meet with a customer, right? And you're excited because you know the value you bring as a contractor, and you know the quality of work that you can do, right? And so you deliver an estimate. Well, customers often assume that the project of their dreams is going to fit into the budget that they have, right? And that they've already kind of figured everything out, right? They've got a mixture of savings or whatever, and they have a certain number in mind, right? Well, what happens, when job sizes typically go beyond what their expectations are, and we've all been there. We've all been at the kitchen table where, somebody's saying, hey, I thought this was going to be $20,000. Well, where did you get that number from? Well, I had a neighbor that did it 10 years ago and they did it for 20 grand. You have no idea what quality of the work that was, and it was 10 years ago. So now the customers are left with lots of questions, right? How am I going to afford this? What's going to happen, right? You as a contractor begin to lose control of that sale, right? You're trying to figure out where can we make this job work, right? Bringing the job size down, not to where it needs to be, or delays while the customer has to figure out how to make that happen, right? So you try to solve your issues, right? Hey, I want to be able to offer financing. Now you go out in the world and start looking at being able to offer financing. You realize it costs you money to offer financing. Wait, now I got to build, margins in. I've got to build an additional job cost so that I can offer them financing. This is crazy. Oh, how about all the paperwork that I have to collect for these homeowners? Well, I didn't know I was going to be at the bank. And then you've got, one bank, one underwriting process. They don't fit into that box, they get a decline. That also really hurts your chances of closing that deal, right? A number of declines, and you lose that sale. So we've tried to solve that, right? There has to be a better way. So that's what we've done. We've been in this place. So we're offering the first embedded financing marketplace, right? So you can provide your customers with a ton of options, right? One pre-qualification through Acorn, and you get 12 plus lenders, and it depends on, some states have more options. Some states have, just the 12. So, but every state has options. Every state that we operate in has options to do that. So once again, it's also free, right? There's no transaction costs. There's no per loan costs. There's no subscription fees for this service. It's just part of your package at JobTread. It's right there. And there's no risk for your customers, just to test the waters, right? See what they qualify for, see what they can get, see what their additional options are. So there's a ton of flexibility here. Now, how does it work, right? You just need to enable financing in JobTread, and then we take care of the rest, right? You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be your own underwriter. You don't need to know everything about it, right? Everything about every individual lender. We take that on for you. Basically, once your customer has the invoice, they're able to click on and get to, our pre-qualification flow, right? You have the flexibility here of putting in their invoice amount will be there, but they could also modify that if they want to finance just a portion of it. And then it's a series of questions, simple questions, right? Phone number, address, Yeah, it's social security number, but it is a soft pull. You can have full confidence to tell your customer, don't worry, it's a soft pull. You will only get a hard pull if you go with a full application with one of the lenders that you choose. That's it. So at the end there, they're able to filter and scroll up and down. We'll show some more images there of the customer experience later on. But it's as simple as that. You don't need to be a financing expert in order to offer financing. So at the end there, they're going to have, different options. And additionally, we're also, trying to innovate all the time, right? We want to bring more and more products that we're getting feedback from contractors every day. Hey, do you have this? Do you have that? And we are working to build, to bring all those different financial products that really make an impact in the contracting space to you. One of them, which is we're very excited about, is 0%. So a 0% for 3 months. That's going to be great. That opens the doors to a lot more possibilities. Once again, no credit impact for the homeowners, fast funding, and fast and secure applications. So to highlight kind of some of the differences, want to make sure that everybody understands. And this is one of those things. We repeat ourselves here because we say it often, and contractors come back to us and say, what do you mean you're free? We are free, right? There's no dealer fees, no sign-up fees, no transaction fees. We're embedded in your proposals, right? That makes it more efficient. You don't have to leave from your invoice or estimate to then go to a banking app or another application to proceed, right? We're right there. We're ready to go. This is the new way of doing business. Obviously, JobTread 100% on board. So are we. This makes the most sense. It's automated, no additional work for you. Then you also get notified when your customer has applied, when they've been funded. You get a ton of information on top of that as well. The last is marketplace approach. Instead of trying to learn about your customers, debt to income ratio and credit score and trying to match them with the bank, they do one pre-qualification. We do all that within our platform for you, right? We put the best options in front of them, and they get to choose, what works best for them with no risk. All right, Eric, should I turn it back over to you here?
I appreciate that overview there, Adrian. And before I dive in, I just want to kind of reiterate and let everyone know, like we looked at pretty much like every possible provider. We wanted to provide this functionality because all of our customers, our contractors, they were asking for it, saying, hey, can you provide the homeowner financing option? And so, we did a deep dive. We talked to just about everybody out there. And I can tell you there were 3 things that really stood above the rest with Acorn. And, at the end of the day, it was that we wholeheartedly believe that this is going to be the best solution for the contractors because there was no fee. There's no cost for the contractors to be able to offer this to their customers. And so, a lot of the other solutions out there had very, just in-depth, long drawn out processes just to get you all set up to be able to offer that. And a lot of times too, they put you in the middle of the deal, which, again, now you're having to get involved. It just really made everything, a lot more complicated. And so we felt that, with Acorn, this was going to be the most seamless way that we could integrate this solution for you. And it's literally just basically already turned on. All you have to do is enable it on your document or in the document template there. And it'll just seamlessly show up. It'll be on your proposals. If you want to put it on your invoices, if for whatever reason you want it on or off on certain documents, you can do that. But we really valued that in Acorn. The number 2 thing that I'd say, made them stand out above the rest is their focus on technology. They had a fully integrated, platform that we were able to connect with. And it just made that experience for both you as the contractor, as well as for your homeowners. Like it was just the best possible experience that we could find. And then, being able to have the confidence that the technology was going to work, was also a huge benefit to moving forward with Acorn versus some of the others. And then lastly, the thing that I would say, maybe also one of the most important too is the dedication and the high level of service that Acorn has agreed to provide here. And really their team shares that same level of commitment to making sure that our contractors are taken care of and that your homeowners and your customers are taken care of. Whenever questions, whatever it may be, whatever you need, they share that same passion to make sure that you guys are set up for success. And so that, I'd say those are the three things that I just wanted to point out as the reasons why, we felt that Acorn was the best possible solution here. And we're really excited to be able to partner with them. So I'm going to dive in real quick, kind of show you, quick demo of this. Again, like I said earlier, you can enable the financing on the right here on the document settings for all the existing JobTread customers. You will need to go and enable this on your document templates if you want it to always be on. For all new JobTread customers signing up, it's just enabled by default. But if for whatever reason, someone wants to turn it off, they can. Maybe if you're doing solely commercial jobs, or just your jobs are really small, don't really need to offer it, or you feel like it, whatever reason you may have, you have control over whether this is going to show up on your proposals and on your invoices. And you can also just, if you want to set it on the document template, as on or as off, you can always change it on a document by document basis. And so it's really neat. Well, let me see if we're ready to go into our demo. Okay, one thing before I show you the demo, the other cool thing is that you're going to automatically get notifications. So whenever offers have been shown to your end customer, then you're going to get notified so that that they saw offers. Now if they went through the process and they didn't see any offers, then you're also going to be notified about that. And again, for whatever reason it may be, they just may not have been pre-qualified for the unsecured loans. And so, they will have some additional options after that, but, we want to notify you in both of these situations. And then hopefully the most exciting notification you'll get is when they have been funded. And so that way, that the funding has been, sent to the homeowner. They're now able to turn that around and, pay the deposit or pay your invoice in full, however you guys, do your payment schedules and everything. But, you will get that notification just so you're in the loop that has, that has been funded. So let me hop over to JobTread now. So I have, let's see here. So I've got a job built out. It's just a very simple, kitchen job here that we've got a couple selections, maybe I got some countertop options, some appliances. And so I've already created the proposal here, but we're going to come over here and show you this. So, you're going to be able to see right here, we have that show financing option, where you can enable it or disable it right here. It's just, going to be that simple. And then, everything as you would before on your proposal, as much detail as you want to show or hide, you can. And then again, like how you can use the selections, this is where you're giving your customers the option to choose, which options they want, so if they want the cheaper, the more expensive, they can see that you've got, some appliance options there. And so, as JobTread works now, we're showing you that minimum to the maximum cost that it would be there for the homeowner. And so you can see right here, this is this Acorn financing bar where we're essentially able to show them payments starting from, and that's essentially going to take kind of the lower end of this range, assuming that they choose all the cheapest options, and it's going to automatically calculate how much that financing would cost them per month. And so all they're going to have to do is click more. And so I'll come over here. We'll go ahead and we'll send this to the customer. Sure, we'll send them a little note there. And so now I'm just going to preview this as the customer here. So now we're in the customer portal. Again, they can come through here. They're looking at their options. We'll go with that, the quartz countertop there, and kind of scroll down here so you can see as I'm making my selections. We'll go with the cheapest option here. It's going to finalize on what that amount is. So our subtotal, our total here is $30,000. So that would cost them starting at $307 per month. Now, maybe they're interested though, I kind of want to actually, let's see if we can take this up to the, go with this more expensive option here. So now they're seeing how it's directly impacting, those monthly payments based on what they're selecting. And so this is giving them, again, control over their budget and how much they can afford. But hopefully what they're going to realize is that, they can essentially afford some additional, work or some, get some of those upgraded appliances or those upgraded selections because now they've got this financing option. And as, as Adrian told you, they don't have to finance the entire thing either. They have the option if they only wanted to, put part of that, up front with cash and then do financing for the rest of it. They have that option. And so as they make their selections, whatever that may be, they just come in here and they're just going to click learn more. It's going to take them straight over here to this application. It'll have your company name up there. If they wanted to make any changes to the amount, they can. They're just going to hit check offers. Again, maybe they wanted to, just do, a certain amount, or they could leave it however it was. And they're going to go through this flow to essentially, go through the pre-qualification process. So I won't go through this whole thing here, but as Adrian said, this is where they're going to ask all those questions, and ultimately they're going to get back to this page right here where it's going to show them their options. And so this is where they've got a couple different filters. They can sort it by best match, the different product types, but they're going to have this list of all these different providers who are making these offers to them, and so they can see the amount, the APR there, what that monthly payment would be. And so as they go through, they're able to select those offers. And then that's when, they're going to go through the full application, and provide the additional information required to actually secure this. And then, that's kind of how it'll work. And it's that simple. Once they've figured out their financing, they can sign off on your proposal, or if they did this, from the invoice, then, they can kind of move forward. And it's really that simple. So, just quick recap here, the things that I think this is really going to benefit you is it's going to help you land more jobs. And, one of my actually favorite story, I don't know if Garrett Stump is on here, but it was actually yesterday. He wrote in, he said, "Hey man, like I had this deal that I 100% thought was just totally dead. She told me she just didn't have the cash. She wasn't going to be able to afford it. And, I went ahead and I sent her the proposal and just said, hey, let's just think about it." And he had the Acorn financing option enabled. And lo and behold, she realized that she could, apply for financing and clicked it and went through that whole process. And now the deal's moving forward. And like, he just was completely blown away and had no idea that was even going to be a possibility for her. And so, again, that's a great example of a job that he was able to now land because he had that there. I think it's going to help you, again, be able to increase your average job size. All of those optional upgrades, those selections, the work that they may, have felt that they couldn't afford to do, they're now able to apply for financing and can pay it off over time, thanks to this integration. And again, it's going to help you keep the cash flow moving. It's going to help you be able to, keep getting paid from your customers, keep winning jobs, doing that, hopefully help you attract some more customers without being limited to, what they can afford, from a cash standpoint today versus, what they may be able to borrow and put into it. So, really, I felt like this is a great partner for us, a great way to essentially provide this additional functionality to you all to help you better, build and scale your business and, hopefully win more jobs at bigger price points. So, again, back to, what I talked about with Acorn being a great partner is that, they are so readily available and excited to connect with you all. They've got, people that are dedicated to helping you. They understand being contractors. They've been contractors themselves. They understand what the homeowners are going to go through. And so, Rick Wilson here, he is a, contractor advisor. He is essentially dedicated to working with all of our customers. He understands JobTread. So he's going to be very well versed and not only helping you learn more, if you have questions, want, additional, training on how to talk about this, or, want to get some more, materials, education, content to provide to your homeowners, they are going to be a great resource for you. And so you can basically, I guess, scan that QR code there. You can set up a meeting with Rick directly. We'll also help get you connected as well. But yeah, Adrian, did you want to maybe touch on anything here?
No, exactly. I mean, Thank you, Eric. I mean, wonderful description of everything. But to me, this webinar is a really just an introduction because we want to get to know you guys, right? And Rick is available right now. You could take your phone and schedule a one-on-one with Rick. We love the deep conversations that you guys have, the connection that you guys have, contractor to JobTread, right? And we feel the same way. Not only that, I mean, we're going to be at some events. You come up, talk to me personally, come up, say hello. Let's talk about business. Let's talk about your business. I want to learn, what challenges are you guys seeing out there? This is what we do. We are passionate about this stuff. Just like you had mentioned, Eric, I want to know everything there is, because if I have any ability to build this into our platform, I'm going to do it, and so that's what we're all about. But Rick in particular is a guru in weaving the finance story into your sales process. Not only is he an expert, on our product itself, very familiar with JobTread, at being a former contractor and having, seen it used out in the field. But 20 years of experience. And he really, really knows how to and can coach you on weaving this into your sales process. So take advantage of Rick. Come up and say hello to either one of us. My contact information will also be provided as well toward the end of this presentation. We're here to connect with you guys, right? We want to hear from you. We want to help you. And that's what we're all about. Thanks, Eric.
And just like Adrian said, I mean, like this really is just the beginning of this. Our goal will be to continue providing, educational opportunities for you, make sure, we can get you resources, materials, whatever it is that we can do. And again, these guys have been doing this for a long time. They're very good at, helping contractors to be able to talk about this in the sales process, as well as you can have the confidence that, your homeowners are going to be in good hands if they call in or if they chat in with questions, whatever it may be, you've got people who understand what we're doing. And so I'm excited to continue putting out, additional resources and making those available to everyone on JobTread. The other cool thing is that these guys are also, they're frequently out there in the field, at the trade shows, the conferences. So, next week they're going to be with us at the International Pool and Spa and Deck Expo in Las Vegas. So if any of y'all are going to be out there, you'll be able to learn a whole lot more, meet them all in person. We got JobTread Connect that they'll be at in January, and then we've got the International Builder Show coming up at the end of January, beginning of February there. So we just yet another reason why I really appreciated Acorn and their commitment to, getting out there and really just, shaking hands, building relationships, and bending over backwards to help make their contractors more successful. And so that's, just very much aligned with us. So I wanted to just, kind of lastly plug here, JobTread Connect. So, we have our user conference coming up in January. It'll be right here in Richardson, Texas, right next to our office. It'll be a great opportunity for you to, again, meet with the Acorn people. Hopefully we'll get a, some sort of an ed session put together that will really help you, continue improving how you're offering the financing, how you're talking about it. JobTread Connect is going to be a great opportunity, for you to become a pro on JobTread, everything from, getting it set up to, the advanced, tips and tricks that we've got to share for you. It's going to also have some just general kind of business strategy, education to help you, continue growing your business skills as well. And then you're going to be able to collaborate with our team. You're going to be able to network with, other contractors, maybe similar types of contractors or different contractors from all over the country. Just a great opportunity to learn from others and see how they're doing, both their JobTread as well as how they're running their business. Just kind of talking about the challenges and the successes. And then lastly, again, we want this to be an opportunity for you to be able to connect with our partners. We're not just looking for every partner under the sun. We're trying to find the best partners. And, we believe that those people are going to be worthy of building a relationship with and getting to know. And, we're excited to have them out there with us at the conference. So wanted to appreciate everyone for attending. I know we've covered a lot of information here, and I think we're just going to open it up for Q&A.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Eric. You all covered a lot, and I know that there's plenty more in you though. So we have a lot of questions that did come through. It seems like there's so much interest for leveraging Acorn Finance through JobTread. So one of the first questions that we have is for Adrian. Does Acorn Finance offer HELOC loans?
Yeah, limited states right now. HELOC, home equity line of credit. An awesome loan, right? So look for more options in the future, but it depends on which state you're in. Right now, that is one of our more limited loan options. So just reach out to Rick and he'll advise you either on if it's available in your state or kind of when to expect that coming. But we are actively working on expanding our offering of HELOCs because it's such a great loan.
Great. Thanks so much, Adrian. I also am going to keep you on here with this question. Do the clients or the homeowners have to apply for a set amount for the loan, or can they just apply and get told that they're approved for X amount of dollars?
They do have to put an amount in there. However, because it's a soft pull, they can play around with it, right? You could start with 10 grand. You can then go to 20 grand and do it again. So they could do it multiple times and it's not going to affect their credit. So they do have to put an amount in there because basically that's the way financing works, is that the other side, the banks have to apply, what that payment's going to look like on their credit profile. So
that makes sense. Okay. Joe McPherson, you had asked a question in the chat about if Acorn Finance does service the Maryland state. And I just learned that I gave you the wrong information. So just recently, Acorn Finance now is in Maryland. So they also just added Rhode Island, it looks like. And so the last two states that they'll need to add that they're currently working on are Nevada and Massachusetts. So that is great news. They're moving fast. It's very, very clear.
And it's really the last couple states, right? We've got about 46 so far, so 47. So yep. we're closing them down.
Perfect. I love it. All right. Another question. What are the terms and conditions for our clients? Also, can they get approved, but then maybe move forward with somebody else? Yeah.
So yes, they can get approved with a bank and then go to a different bank, right? It's whoever they end up completing an application with and accepting the funds from, you know what I mean? So once again, I might have a source of funds and might want to see, did I get a great deal? And you offer them, Acorn, and they either validate that they've got a great deal or they get a better deal, Either way, that's a win for you. You're offering them a service. You're offering them a way to check and see if they can get a better finance option than they already have, or they're going to be getting access to a better product, right? So it's a win-win, right?
Right. And it's true that the financing is directly between the client and the lender, and therefore they may get approved and receive the funds, but maybe even choose to go with a different contractor. And that's not necessarily something that we're controlling. Is that right?
God, I wish we could go out there and sell every job, for everybody, but that's not what the financing is going to do. So, always make sure that you secure your project and your contract with your customer. That's job number one. And then hopefully we can help finance that. But if you want to get deeper into that process, that's what I recommend going to Rick for, because that's a deeper conversation. That's a big, and we do have a lot of great advice and can brainstorm with you guys to figure out how to best do that. You know what I mean? So that's something that we can offer education on. The other question was the terms, right? Well, the terms are going to vary by terms and conditions are going to vary by lender, right? So once they see their options, they're going to get displayed those term and finance, cost numbers to the each homeowner is going to get one per loan, right? So they'll see, hey, is it a 7-year term, 5-year term? What is the interest rate and what is the APR? Is there an origination fee? That is all disclosed to the homeowner right then and there on the options page. So we're not holding anything back from the lenders. They're going to be able to see those details and make decisions, with all that right in front of them.
Fantastic. Thank you, Adrian. All right, Eric, you're up. So a question came through is how can we make sure that we're turning this on or opting into it from now on in JobTread? And then as a follow-up to that, is it just available where it appears on the invoice, or will it also be appearing in other documents on JobTread?
Yep. Great question. I guess I skipped over that a little bit here. So let me, we'll exit our preview. So over in the settings, the document template. So this is where you can enable it in both the customer orders as well as the customer invoices. So on either one of these, in the template down here, you're going to see you've got the option to show financing. And so all you got to do is make sure it's turned on there. So you'll, you want to go through each one of your different templates that you've set up, these document templates, and just make sure that it's enabled. That's really all you got to do. And so those will, the invoices and the customer orders, those will be the two that, that it'll be available.
Fantastic. Okay, and also I will mention we do have the JobTread Help Desk article updated. It is a homeowner financing article, and it goes through all of the ins and outs of this partnership, but also it will walk through step by step exactly how to opt into this in your JobTread account. And then there's plenty, and I say plenty, of FAQs on that article. And so if you wanted to dig into the exact terms, what you're signing up for as a contractor by offering this, there are so many FAQs on that help desk article, and I'll put that link right in the chat very shortly here.
One other question I had been asked is, was there the ability to go above the $100,000? And I reached out to Judy and said, hey, this particular customer we had was in Florida, and they I guess knew of some other bank, and so I was able to let Judy know about that, and she said that look, they are great about reaching out to additional people to bring them onto the platform. So hopefully that new bank, and I think they specialized on pools, is going to be able to get added very quickly to the Acorn platform. And then like I think Adrian and Judy have both mentioned, is they're constantly working to find additional people who can help continually increase those loan amounts. And so that's the great thing about having a partner like these guys, is that that they're continuing to take the feedback from us and from you all as contractors. And so if there's things that you think that would be great, whether it's individual people that you want to see added to the marketplace, or if there's different options or things that that they can do, they're all ears. So definitely please let us know, let them know. We're all about working together to try to make sure that we can make all of that happen.
Great. Thank you, Eric. And another question came up. I didn't tie my JobTread to QuickBooks. Does all the invoicing need to go through JobTread if someone finances with Acorn? So maybe explain how this is not necessarily directly coming through JobTread, or like the funds,
Yeah. So again, Troy, when the homeowner applies, they get funded. So the funds are going to go directly to them, and then they're going to turn around and they're going to pay your invoices. It's the same process from your end, whether they had the cash, in their bank account and they ACH'd it, or they paid credit card to you, or, wrote your check, whatever it is. It's the same exact process, because the funds are going directly to the homeowner. It's not changing any of the invoicing process or any of your accounting processes whatsoever. It stays entirely the same.
Right. So there's not a point where the lender is going to be pushing funds through JobTread or directly to you. They'll go through the customer.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Great. And Let's see. I also had another question. This one's a little quiz for Adrian, I think. What is the best possible interest rate that they might be able to get for a long-term 60-month loan in Texas?
Oh, 60 month. Our rates are starting. I mean, the rates have gone up, right? So personal loan rates, I think our best rate on a personal loan is 6.49 right now. It's changed a lot. So yeah, and that's a personal loan. Obviously, if it's a secured loan, it could go less than that. But typically, best possible rate, right? That's an 800 credit score with no debt. So let's be realistic, right? That's not most of your customers that are getting financing, but you're still going to see rates that are sub 10%, right? You're going to see a lot of rates, and often it's between that 9 and that 13% range for a 60-month. Still way better than credit cards, way better than a lot of other options out there. And then again, there's the flexibility. They don't have to finance 100%. Oftentimes, homeowners will come in with the cash that they have, designated to do some home improvement, and then finance a portion of it. So, and then additionally, these personal loans don't often go to term. So really, somebody else might take a 5-year and pay it off in 2.5, right? And so, what does that mean interest rate wise? Well, it doesn't really affect the interest rate, but they don't pay all that interest for the whole loan. That's what we see often, right? So it basically greases the wheels to get these projects done, and then homeowners figure out, oh, hey, I can pay this off early, and often do. So just a lot of different ways for them to save money, but it's on them, right? It's on them to figure that out. It's on the homeowner to figure out what's best for them, and it leaves you out of being a banker, basically.
Great. I'm also hearing 2 other questions came in. Average rates that are showing for about good to low credit on financing. And then the next question is HELOC average rates as well.
Let's see, HELOC average rates, they've gone up as well. So they're in the 4s, 4.5, right? 4.5. I've seen 5.5, depending, on how much equity is in the home. So you just gotta, what our rates are market rates. There's no additional markup in our rates. That's what's important to really understand here, is that rate is the same as what's going out into the market, and so the rates have gone up, right? We all know that. What was the other question, Anna?
Yeah, it was another one about average rates that we're seeing for good to low credit on financing. Yeah,
so the lower credit ones are just going to be in the higher range, right? So instead of being at 9%, they're going to be 13%, 14%, 15%. They're just going to be higher, a little bit higher. And, obviously it's still, when you look at the cost per month, you'll be shocked. It's not outrageous, right? Nobody's getting ripped off here. It's just their risk is higher, right? They carry a little more debt, right? That's it. That's all it is to it. And it's part of the financing infrastructure. It's still very doable. And people are very pleased to be able to get access to those funds.
Fantastic. All right. We are also seeing, I'd love to see some training on how to bring this up during the estimating process. And so maybe if we could go back to the slide, Eric, if you want to move back to the slide that has Rick listed.
Let's go back to, Rick's slide.
Yeah. And then Adrian, if you maybe want to talk about the pilot program options as well, that would be great. That's
a great idea. Anybody who wants to dive in and go a little deeper and be kind of a panel for us, this is a new process, right? We want to know how it works. Let's, reach out to Rick and say you want to be part of the pilot. We're going to set up a series of sessions and work with you guys, learn really, closely on how you're using JobTread, what your sales process is like, and then do some training on you, and then ask for that feedback. So we'd love a pilot program. Now's the best time to do it, because we want to be able to either engage with you more before January when we've got the JobTread get together. So just reach out to Rick, set some time up, tell him you're interested in being one of the pilot participants, and we'll craft a kind of in-depth series of sessions where we train, educate, learn about your business, and then get some feedback from you.
Yes, and that is free to be a part of that pilot program. We want to make sure that you feel equipped enough to talk about homeowner financing with your clients during the estimating process. So that is a great resource. Troy, take advantage of it. Others of you take advantage of it. All you need to do to sign up for that pilot program, or at least to get more information about it, is to contact Rick directly. So you can go ahead and just email him and mention that you want to be a part of that program, and he'll be happy to guide you after that. And if you're not interested in being a part of the pilot program, Rick is also just a great resource to have conversations, and he can help you kind of figure out how to kind of embed homeowner financing in those conversations with your clients. Fantastic. Here's another question for you, Adrian. We're putting you on the spot. How does Acorn make money in this process?
Oh, you know what? I was waiting for that. Yeah, we're not a charity, right? But what it is the banks that we work with, we get a take rate, we get a commission, right? We're acting as that intermediary to link them with great customers. And what's really cool is that customers that come looking to add on to their home are really, really good looking customers to the bank. So we're delivering premium customers thanks to you guys. That's why we don't feel like we need to charge anybody to do that. But we want to make a really good product, because we only get paid if you get paid, right? So we win when you win, and that's how it works. But once again, there's no additional rates on these loans. We don't tack any fees onto it. We're just offering such, there's a cost to the banks to acquire customers. We eliminate that cost, so we get that reward on the back end as well. So, but that's how we make our money. We only make it if you guys, get the money for your projects. So that's why we want to really hone in on this experience and make sure it's top notch.
Perfect. All right. It looks like that actually concludes the questions that we had written in the chat. Ashley, it looks like you have some very specific questions here. So let's keep you around after the webinar, and we can get you unmuted and you can talk to Adrian directly. I might actually have Rick pop in as well. So you all can have some good conversations there, and we can make some introductions. If anyone else would like to stick around after the webinar, you're more than welcome to do so. And we will invite you in so you can unmute as well and have some of those more in-depth dialogues. But go ahead, Eric, did you have
I was just going to say, again, we appreciate you all coming out to learn about this. We think it's going to be a great partnership. It's a great opportunity. To help you guys keep building and scaling your business. So, as usual, though, please do, reach out, let us know. I'd love to hear, your success stories. If you're having any challenges, we want to know. So please do, connect with us on that, and, let Acorn know as well. If there's anything we can do to help you out, though, we're happy to be here, and love to keep seeing you guys winning more jobs and building more successful businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yes, perfect. So if you are currently using JobTread and you need assistance with getting this turned on for your organization, go ahead and contact your customer success manager or any one of us. Also, if you're not currently using JobTread or you have questions about our partnership with Acorn, we'd love to continue the conversation. So simply schedule a demo at jobtread.com/demo. Also, check out our future and recorded webinars on jobtread.com/webinars. They're all free and open to the public. Thank you all again for joining us today.